Most men walk through life unaware that women are constantly communicating desire, quietly, subtly, almost invisibly. And the tragic part? Many men never realize a woman was deeply interested until she's already moved on to someone else who paid attention. Think of it like trying to read a restaurant menu in the dark. Sure, the words are there, but good luck seeing anything. Today, I'm breaking down 7 covert psychological signals that reveal when a woman is silently drawn to you. Signals grounded in attraction psychology and framed through the emotional clarity of Stoic wisdom. By the end of this video, you'll see female desire with sharper eyes, and you'll stop missing what's been right in front of you. Let's decode the first signal, but be ready, because you might realize someone in your life has been showing this to you without you seeing it. Especially the second one. That one catches almost every man off guard. Sign 1. Her eyes reveal what her words hide. A woman's eyes expose truths she would never dare speak aloud. Desire, especially female desire, rarely announces itself with bold, cinematic gestures. It shows up in seconds, in flickers, in tiny moments she hopes you don't fully notice, but secretly wishes you would. One of the strongest covert signals is the lingering look away. It's not a stare. It's not a gaze. It's that moment when her eyes meet yours, soften for a split second, and then she looks down, not out of disinterest, but because the connection feels too intense to hold. Psychology calls this a desire-driven micro-expression, a brief emotional leak before she gathers herself again. You'll see it when you're telling a story and her attention clings to you longer than necessary, when she tracks your movements without realizing it, or when she looks away the moment you catch her noticing you. Women look away not to hide disinterest, but to mask just how drawn they are. Even more telling is the delayed smile, that half second where she tries not to smile, then loses the battle. That's emotional surrender slipping through. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If her eyes keep returning to you, even when she tries to act composed, it means her thoughts have been circling around you long before this moment. Her eyes are speaking. She's just hoping you finally learn to listen. Sign 2. Her voice changes in your presence. A woman's voice is one of the most subtle windows into her desire, and most men never notice it. Attraction doesn't make women loudly declare their interest. It seeps into the soft rhythms, the micromodulations, the tiny inflections in her speech. When a woman desires you, her voice often softens, slows, or gains a playful melodic quality. She's unconsciously signaling comfort, openness, and emotional availability. It's not a practice seduction. It's biology speaking louder than words. A confident woman may speak sharply and clearly with everyone else, but when she talks to you, the tone shifts, just enough to feel warmer, more intimate. Psychologists call this vocal convergence, a subtle subconscious mimicry signaling rapport, interest, and emotional alignment. She's not aware she's doing it. In fact, she may even catch herself and wonder why she's suddenly speaking differently. Real-life moments are unmistakable. You tell a small story in a casual conversation. She responds, and somehow her voice is slightly lower, gentler, teasing, almost musical. Every word carries more weight than it should. That's desire leaking through. Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than reality." Most men overthink or doubt these signals, imagining they're misreading cues. But often, they're missing the most obvious sign of all. Her vocal tone is betraying her attraction before she even realizes it. Sign 3. She positions herself closer than necessary. Distance is instinctively calibrated. Humans, including women, maintain personal space as a safety mechanism, but attraction changes that invisible boundary. When a woman desires you, she begins to shrink the gap, inching closer, moving subtly into your sphere without conscious intent. It's never dramatic. She doesn't plop down next to you in a way that screams, "I like you." Instead, she finds excuses, standing nearby, choosing the seat next to you, leaning slightly closer while talking. It feels natural to her, but for an attentive observer, the pattern is undeniable. Desire reshapes her spatial awareness. Real-life examples are everywhere. At a party, there are multiple empty chairs, yet she chooses the one next to you. In a group conversation, she leans closer than others, just enough that proximity feels intimate without needing words. She's testing comfort, chemistry, and connection without admitting anything outright. Here's the subtle twist. If she suddenly hovers near you more than usual, it's not coincidence. Her body is betraying her interest while her mind pretends otherwise. Epictetus taught, we are disturbed not by events, but by the view we take of them. Men often dismiss these moments as chance or politeness. But recognizing this small yet powerful sign can mean the difference between missing desire completely and noticing it early enough to act wisely. Unless, of course, she's just after the nachos. Then all bets are off. Sign 4. She remembers the smallest details about you. When a woman desires you, her mind starts acting like a secret archive, storing every tiny detail about your life that seems trivial to you but significant to her. Attraction heightens memory, and desire sharpens attention. She remembers your favorite coffee, the exact way you laugh at a joke, the story about your childhood dog, even things you barely notice mentioning. These aren't just polite gestures. They're her way of keeping you close mentally, even when you're physically absent. Psychologists call this emotional imprinting. When someone cares, the brain attaches significance to otherwise minor cues. Real-life example. You casually say, I like black coffee, or mention a favorite book months ago. Later, she brings it up, gifts it, or even comments on it casually. Most men shrug this off as coincidence. But it's rarely random. It's desire quietly affirming itself in memory. If she remembers your favorite coffee but you don't even remember telling her, yeah, that's not amnesia. That's attraction. Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Her mind keeps circling back to you, not out of obligation, but because desire colors every thought she has about you. Observing which details she recalls is like reading a diary without pages. Her interest is transparent, if you know where to look. But desire isn't just about memory. It's about emotional tension, which brings us to the next sign. Sign 5. She gets nervous around you, even if she's confident elsewhere. Confidence is a mask most women wear effortlessly, but desire has a way of breaking it down in the most revealing moments. When she's attracted, even the most composed woman will betray subtle signs of nervousness. Her hands might fidget, hair gets adjusted, words stumble, or she laughs a fraction too quickly. This nervousness isn't weakness, it's physiology. Dopamine, adrenaline, and heightened attention make her body react before her mind can intervene. It's primal. Her desire makes her temporarily lose control over otherwise automatic composure. Real-life example. You greet her casually. She begins responding normally, but mid-sentence, her train of thought slips. She laughs nervously, touches her hair, adjusts her clothing. She's trying to appear nonchalant, but her body betrays her interest. No, she didn't suddenly forget English, and she's not awkward by accident. Her biology is doing the talking. Seneca said, he who is brave is free. A woman's temporary nervousness is the opposite of freedom. It's vulnerability. And when she shows it around you, it means she's emotionally invested, even if she's not admitting it consciously. But if nervousness shows emotional tension, the next sign goes further. It's her desire expressed through touch, without a single word. Sign 6. She initiates small, accidental touches. Touch is one of the most powerful, primal signals of desire. Women rarely express true interest verbally at first, but their body language can't lie. A woman who desires you will test physical connection in subtle, almost imperceptible ways. These touches seem accidental, yet they carry clear intent. She might brush your arm while laughing, lightly tap your shoulder to emphasize a point, or casually adjust your clothing. Small gestures that make contact without seeming overt. Each touch is a test. Is this person safe? Comfortable? Worth her attention? Desire pushes her to find the line between connection and hesitation. Real-life example. During a conversation, you make a joke. She reaches out and taps your arm, not because it's necessary, but because she wants to feel your reaction, to see if you notice, to gauge your chemistry. It's a delicate dance. No, she's not randomly poking strangers like a broken elevator button. Her hand seeks you specifically. Marcus Aurelius said, do not act as if you have 10,000 years to live. A woman's touches are small risks, moments of emotional exposure she only takes when desire is strong. Recognizing these moments can give you an early, undeniable insight into her interest. Touch is intimate, but the final and most telling signal goes beyond physical. It reveals her emotional investment. If you notice this last sign, you're not just seeing attraction, you're seeing attachment. Sign 7. She opens up emotionally in ways she doesn't with others. Desire deepens into emotional connection when a woman begins revealing her inner world. Her fears, dreams, frustrations, and hopes. This is the most revealing, covert signal of all. She trusts you enough to show parts of herself she keeps hidden from everyone else. It's never loud or dramatic. Often, she will preface it with hesitation. I don't know why I'm telling you this. She does know why. She's testing whether you're someone worthy of this vulnerability. Emotional openness is a silent confession. She feels something deeper than casual interest. Real-life example. She shares a story of struggle or embarrassment she wouldn't normally tell her friends. Perhaps she talks about a stressful day, a personal goal, or a lingering worry. You notice her gaze is soft, her voice quieter, her posture subtly seeking comfort. She's opening a private door to her mind, one only someone she desires can enter. If she tells you things she doesn't even tell her closest friends, you're not just a nice guy. You've become someone she is emotionally tethered to. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." By revealing herself, she's inviting you to prove your reliability, your emotional stability, and your presence. Her desire is now intertwined with trust and psychological intimacy, an unmistakable sign that she's invested. Recognizing these 7 covert signals isn't about manipulation, it's about awareness. Most men miss them entirely. But once you learn to see them, you'll understand female desire on a level few ever do. These 7 covert signals aren't random. They're the psychological fingerprints of genuine female desire, subtle, hidden, and often overlooked by men who've spent their lives guessing instead of observing. Now you can finally see what 90% of men miss. Which of these 7 signs surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more psychological breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new insight.